Today, we're diving into one of the most unexpected and exciting stories in the WNBA right now, the remarkable resurgence of the Indiana Fever. Just 3 months ago, this team looked like it was teetering on the edge of another forgettable season. But fast forward to now, and the Fever are not only in playoff contention, they're rewriting the narrative of what it means to be a team in transition. And here's the kicker. They did it without Caitlin Clark on the court. Yeah, you heard that right. On August 1st, the Indiana Fever took down the Dallas Wings 88-78. That alone may not seem like headline material until you look at what happened behind the scenes and who made it happen. That win wasn't just a notch in the standings, it was a milestone. With that game, the Fever climbed 4 games above .50 for the first time since 2015. That's nearly a decade of struggle, inconsistency, and rebuilding finally beginning to pay off. And they did it with 2 players who weren't even on the team just a few weeks ago, Aari McDonald and Chloe Bibby. Let's talk about that for a minute, because if you're not already following their stories, it's time to start. Aari McDonald is a name WNBA fans will recognize. She was the number 3 overall pick in 2021, and she's known for her quickness, leadership, and grit. But this season, she wasn't even on a roster. The Fever picked her up on a hardship contract in June, basically a temporary fill-in due to injuries. Fast forward to today, and she's not just still here, she's leading the offense. Against Dallas, she scored 15 points, handed out 6 assists, and ran the floor like she's been part of this system all year. Coach Stephanie White praised her tempo control and ability to push the team forward. But maybe even more telling was what Kelsey Mitchell said. She called McDonald a blessing in disguise. And when a player like Mitchell, one of the league's most consistent scorers, gives you that kind of endorsement, it says something. Then there's Chloe Bibby. Honestly, her story might be even more unlikely. Bibby was picked up on a 7-day contract. She wasn't just off the team, she was out of the league entirely. And now, she's hitting threes like it's her job. Literally. In fact, Bibby became the first player in Fever history to hit multiple three-pointers in each of her first 3 games. That's not a role player move, that's a system changer. Her spacing opened up the floor, gave shooters more room to work, and added a layer of versatility that the Fever were missing. Meanwhile, the veterans did what veterans do. They showed up. Aaliyah Boston and Natasha Howard made league history in the same game. They became the first duo in WNBA history, yes, ever, to each post at least 10 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals in a single game. Boston ended the night with 12 points, 11 boards, 5 dimes, and 3 steals. Howard? She went off for 11 points, a career-high 16 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and a block. That's domination on both ends of the floor. And of course, we can't talk about the Fever without talking about Kelsey Mitchell. She's been the steady hand, the scoring machine, the emotional leader. She poured in 23 points against Dallas, marking her 13th 20-point game of the season. That's the most in the WNBA post-All-Star break. She's not just a bucket, she's the pulse of this team. But here's what's really wild. All of this happened without Caitlin Clark, the rookie phenom, the biggest name to enter the league in years. Clark has been sidelined with a groin injury since mid-July. For a lot of teams, losing their star would spell collapse, but the Fever didn't just survive, they flourished. That's because this isn't just Caitlin Clark's team. This is a team, full stop, balanced, deep, hungry, and maybe, finally, confident. Aari McDonald, by the way, hit another personal milestone. She became the 3rd fastest player in Fever history to reach 150 points and 50 assists. Only Tamika Catchings and Caitlin Clark did it faster. That's elite company. And the chemistry? You can see it, you can hear it. Mitchell hinted after the Dallas game that the locker room has been lighter, more focused, more unified, especially since some recent roster changes, like the release of Dana Evans. That's not shade, that's insight. Every great team needs the right combination of personalities, energy, and trust. And now, the Fever have it.
Coach Stephanie White summed it up perfectly. She said, "The team has embraced an us versus the world mentality." No one expected this. Not from a squad that started the season trying to find its footing, juggling a high-profile rookie, and integrating new players mid-season. But here they are, proving they belong, not just in the playoff race, but in the conversation. And let's not forget, Caitlin Clark will be back. When she returns, she's not walking into the team she left in July. Thoughtful, she's walking into something much stronger. A group that's learned to play with each other, to trust each other, and to win without leaning solely on her. That's dangerous for every other team in the league. So here's the bottom line. Emphatic, the Indiana Fever were expected to be a one-player story this year. But the real story? It's about what happens when a team finds its identity in the middle of the storm, when players step up, coaches trust their system, and the locker room buys in. The Fever aren't just surviving, they're thriving. And with the playoffs approaching, no one's going to want to face this team in a best-of-3. Energetic, remember the names: McDonald, Bibby, Boston, Howard, Mitchell, Clark. This team might just be writing the first chapter of something much bigger.